Why Vamps Ep22 Shadows of the Past. The Deception Unveiled. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast long shadows over the city, Arya found herself walking with Daniel through a secluded part of town. The air was cool and crisp, and their conversation flowed easily, though Arya's underlying doubts still simmered beneath the surface. As they strolled through a narrow alley, a group of rough-looking men emerged from the shadows, their eyes glinting with malice. Arya's heart pounded in her chest, fear gripping her as she instinctively stepped closer to Daniel. One of the men stepped forward, a cruel smile spreading across his face. "Looks like we got ourselves some easy targets," he sneered. Before Arya could react, Daniel moved. It was a blur of motion, faster than her eyes could follow. One moment he was standing beside her, the next he was a whirlwind of inhuman speed and strength, dispatching their attackers with effortless precision. The men were thrown aside like ragdolls, their threats silenced before they could even register what was happening. Arya stood frozen, her mind struggling to comprehend what she had just witnessed. Daniel turned to her, his eyes glowing with an intensity she had never seen before. The look on his face was one of both regret and determination. "Arya," he began, his voice heavy with a mix of emotions, "there's something I need to tell you." She took a step back, her heart racing. "What are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Daniel sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I'm not human, Arya. I never have been." He took a step closer, his eyes searching hers for understanding. "I come from a lineage of beings with abilities far beyond those of ordinary humans. We've lived among you for centuries, hidden in plain sight." Arya's mind reeled with the revelation. The man she had trusted, the man she had loved, was not what he seemed. She felt a deep sense of betrayal, her heart aching as she struggled to process the truth. "Why didn't you tell me?" she demanded, her voice breaking. "Why did you keep this from me?" Daniel's expression softened, and he reached out to take her hand, but she pulled away. "I wanted to protect you," he said softly. "The fewer people who know about us, the safer we are. I didn't want to drag you into my world of danger and secrets." Arya's emotions churned within her, a storm of confusion, anger, and hurt. She had spent so long wondering about the mysteries surrounding Daniel, and now that the truth was laid bare, it felt like a cruel twist of fate. "You lied to me," she said, tears streaming down her cheeks. "You made me believe you were someone else." Daniel looked pained, his eyes filled with remorse. "I never meant to hurt you, Arya. I love you, I always have, but I couldn't risk putting you in danger." The weight of his words hung heavy in the air, and Arya felt torn between the love she still felt for him and the betrayal that now defined their relationship. She wanted to believe him, to trust that his intentions had been pure, but the wound was too fresh, too deep. "I need time," she said finally, her voice barely above a whisper. "I need to figure out what this means for us." Daniel nodded, his expression one of sorrowful acceptance. "I understand. Take all the time you need. I'll be here, waiting for you, hoping that one day you'll forgive me." Arya turned and walked away, her heart heavy with conflicting emotions. She needed space to think, to process everything she had learned. The man she loved was still the same Daniel in many ways, but his true nature had shattered the trust they had built. As she walked through the darkened streets, Arya's mind raced with thoughts of their past and the uncertain future that lay ahead. She couldn't deny the love she still felt for Daniel, but the betrayal of trust was a wound that would take time to heal. In the days that followed, Arya grappled with her feelings, seeking solace in the memories of their time together, and the hope that, somehow, they could find a way to rebuild what had been broken. It was a journey she would have to undertake on her own terms, one step at a time, as she navigated the delicate balance between love and betrayal.